It's the moment we've all been waiting for in the 2v2 tournament. That's right, $2,000 on the line in the mixed format here. We have got Poppy Paw over here, because I'm colorblind, clearly. And Whaman! You thought I was going to say it was the twin showdown. No, folks, it's actually Poppy Paw and Whaman going up against Baltun and Nams. This is a fun one, though. We've got some Jeanne plus HRE on the east side team, which I'm going to flip the UI so that lines up perfectly. Sorry for that. And then on the west side, we've got French and Juji. And I really have been quite vocal about this. I do not rate Juji at all. It's starting to feel like it's a comfort pick for Nams because I feel like we've seen them play it in 3 different games at least so far. I don't rate this Civ highly. I don't think the maps are right for it. Maybe on Gorge, I could see the value in Juji. The Meditation Gardens would maybe not be the best. Maybe you get lucky. But the walk distance to attack your opponent is low, right? Compare that to Cliffside. Cliffside on a 1v1 format, you're actually closer to the enemy than on Gorge. But in a 2v2 format, that outcome is reversed. On Gorge, you're closer as the front spawning players. And on Cliffside, you're further away. If you ever wondered how far away you are, look at this. Did that feel quick for any unit in Age of Empires 4? Even a Fire Lancer would have to take a break to catch their breath after that run. It's a pretty long distance for Chugenu to try and exploit. You do at least get moments like this, though. Nams is going to find the very high value Meditation Garden. Ooh, not quite able to get the full food amount. So that's going to end up being 66 food, 25 stone, and probably about, like, 10 wood if you're lucky. I think it's actually more like 7. Alternatives would have been here, maybe. I think they would have been able to get 75 stone plus the berries, which leads to a gradual transition. But still, I don't think that's really what you're looking for. You could have went up here for the 50 stone plus the 48 food. I don't feel like there was a broken... Okay, actually, that might have been better. I don't know if you would have been able to clip the gold and get all the food, though. But if you could have got gold instead of stone, I think that would have been preferable here. Because although the stone's pretty nice for the early kind of hand cannon slit placements, I don't think that detail matters as much in 2v2s. In 1v1s, one hand cannon slit can kind of ruin a push, right? But when you double the firepower being thrown at you, because there's 2 players attacking, one outpost doesn't last very long. We already have walls now coming up from Whaman, so it looks like she's protecting her flank. Palace Guard? So the problem with Palace Guard Fatblop, and the reason why Palace Guard suck, is because you're against Night Civs. Palace Guard makes... so Palace Guard, yes, I think Palace Guard is being slept on a little bit by 2G players still. I think it has situations in 1v1s where it's good. But in team games, when you know there's a Night Civ, Palace Guard is like the worst thing you can build. You just die. You die, you get hit by lance charges, walloped, and then kited, and then walloped again, right? So it's pretty difficult. I mean, the mobility idea is cool, right? But also in this matchup, if you just go Palace Guard, your opponent will go Meta Arms. And HRE have a better day with that format, right? Like, it's slightly cheaper for them to build into Men at Arms. The Men at Arms will be quick enough to keep up the Palace Guard, easy peasy. On top of that, if you both end up going Castle, the Men at Arms army is just immediately better. So yeah, Nams pretty much just has to do Chuganu spam. The only other option would be like a fast tech. But I've yet to see a Juji player try that. Puppy now in the move, though. He did go for the range zone, which makes a lot of sense when you're in a Night Clash. And, oh, no. Something, something, something. This is why French count as zone. Is he trying to get the scout? No, he's just randomly hitting the knights. Kind of interesting. Usually you want to save these until you can definitely guarantee a kill. The only other reason is if you've got max charges. But considering Papa Paw only has 1, a little bit surprised he threw that out so early. All right, what do you think, guys? Left side team, put 1s. Right side team, put 2s. Who's taking this? That count's looking pretty good all of a sudden for Poppy Paw. Baltun, I'm a little bit worried, actually. He doesn't have a knight lead currently. He was meant to get that zone kill, right? But Poppy Paw was quick on the reaction. Didn't give him that opportunity. We've got Blacksmith's already being dropped. It's triple archery range. So Nam's just doing what they've been doing every game. Oh, I do dream of the games that we get to 30, 40 minutes, right? Just because, like, then you, as long as you're not playing French, you see some unit diversity. You're like, congrats, you can build something else. I do have to wonder if there is something psychotic about people that main France in team games. Sorry, Baltin. It's just, no. So my thought is you basically have to do the same thing over and 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 over again. Which is true. But that same thing is ruining everyone else's game plan. God, that, you know, at first I was like, this sounds boring, but now that I think about it, yes. I would do well as a French main in 2v2s. It's all about making people uncomfortable, right? Making them suffer. Finally, I have some insight as to why people pick English. Revolves around how much XP Jeanne gets? Well, it revolves around whether she can survive, but that's where these spearmen are really handy. It's quite ballsy to build into spearmen like this against massacre, but, you know, it's early days. You know they're not going to be coming out. Why is Baltoon walling where Nams' base is? What, you mean walling here? Because he's covering part of the area while she covers the other. So, like, part of this is because Nams is pumping everything to get the critical mass Chiganu. And Baltoon has more villages over time, right? But realistically, like, Nams' villages should build these quicker. The problem is that I'm pretty sure Baltoon has wheelbarrow. Yeah, and Nams doesn't. So even just walking out here is insanely expensive because you know how it is. Oh, wait. Wait, they do have wheelbarrow. Okay, my bad. I didn't see the mill there. Okay, yeah, there's no excuse then. They probably could have walled that. The good guy Baltoon. I think the logic for him was he was already in the area doing this. So it's connection points, right? Whereas for Nams, it's here, here, and then here. So for Baltoon, that flow of walling was a bit more natural. He was already in the area. So I'm just going to call Warman out on this one. These are the teammates that make you cry in team games. You know where I'm going with this, folks. The ones that wall themselves in and say, good luck. I mean, in fairness, Warman isn't being as cursed as those people on the ladder about it. She's not just sitting at home, smoking a pipe and laughing. She's actually trying to wall herself in so she can bring her whole army out. And that's what she's going to do now. Men-Arms, Spearman, charging forward. Knights are feeling confident about this right now. This should be a really good fight for Baltoon. Puppy is at least staying alive with Jeanne. He'll farm up a lot of XP from a fight this big. The question is whether it's going to be enough. Spearman count is getting low. This is the problem with the spears we talked about, right? The paper shredders, the Jugenu are just able to eviscerate that front line. Damn good fight for Nams and Baltoon, and that one that they should be able to extrapolate into a bigger advantage here. I think you can just keep ramping pressure now. Looks like instead of diving into Warman's base, they're contemplating heading over towards Puppy Paws here. Not the worst of ideas, right? HO will just set up farms and be pretty cozy on an Archon, whereas Jeanne needs to start playing out onto like berries and deer and whatnot, right? You can't just farm transition the way certain other civs can. We have already got Shiver on both sides, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that is so big brain. Puppy Paw doesn't have Chivalry. Warman is just using a Prelate to heal them all off. That's sick. It's these small details that always make me smile, man. You know, we've seen a bunch of Delhi today, and I don't think I've seen any Delhi players utilize that element of the strategy. Sick to see out of an HRE. And Arms are going to charge out here. There's a lot of attention. Jeanne is once again milking this, by the way. Puppy Paw already has 350 XP. If he doesn't get sniped soon, we're going to be looking at level 3 Jeanne. You know what, guys? This actually might be the perfect type of game to get into Jeanne's riders. Perfect counter to your opponent's Mass Shiganu. Deals with them down the line when they try to go crossbows to counter the Knight player as well. Time being outposts are going to start getting spammed up more. Well, they're not out of the hole yet. And the hole might be about to get a bit deeper. But no one has started drowning them yet. Poppypaw and Warman have survived. Outpost defense is an interesting one here. And wait, Nams? What? Oh my god, no, what just happened? Nams, because Baltoon ran south, she couldn't hang around. So instead, they just burned 400 resources in terms of... I'm out of words for that one. 400 wood of rams for nothing. I am baffled, man. I can't believe the miscoordination there. Well, I don't think it's even miscoordination. I legit think it was actually just more really smart play out of Poppypaw and Warman there. Realizing what was happening and immediately punishing it. And now, turns out we've actually got the Jones champions coming in here. So someone to absorb all those archer shots. A little bit surprising. I think in this matchup, once again, Joe's Riders feels good because practically no damage from Chiganu. Let's see what they can do. Knights have swollen up. Baltoon behind on the Knight count. Poppypaw has the lead now. Divine Restoration gets pumped straight away. And remember, this packs quite the wallop. 100 extra damage per arrow shot means you can easily snipe out any Knight, even a full HP Knight. And I think they've done it. I think they've broken him here. Age 2 on Age 2, no tech required, except for this secret tech. Level 3 zone. Pushback continues. I mean, Knights are still alive for Baltoon, but he's not really in a position where he can hold the front line anymore. The effective HP is just too high for Poppypaw. The Chiganu mass way too small here. This is the turning point. And now, Nams and Baltoon, I don't think you can even just try to reboom. You need an out. One of you needs to contemplate teching at this stage. It's difficult though, right? Like if you don't remass somewhat of an army, you're gonna be in trouble. And oh no. Oh. Sometimes retreating is the worst thing you can do. Oh, that's so cursed. I can't believe that. I would be tilted if I was Baltoon. I can't believe that's open. Pressure continues. And Joan, she's doing pretty well. She's vibing, mate. Look at that. 650 XP of the required 1500. At this rate, she will get level 4 while everyone is still at Age 2. If Baltoon and Nams come for another fight, I believe they are getting ready for exactly that. Baltoon does have the Knight Edge for the time being. Warman a little bit slow on the reaction here. Oh, Warman. That's an expensive fight. I mean, he didn't even get extra XP out of that, so you can't even argue it was worth that way. They've got a second assault coming in, though. They're now looking towards Nams' Meditation Garden. Oy, oy. Well, keep in mind, the coolest thing Poppypaw could do right now is if you can sneak in. Joan is really good at sniping eco, and I don't think it's an underrated player here. They're neck and neck in this game right now. Although that does tell you that there's been some eco losses for Baltoon and Nams. Considering with the French, you should be eco ahead. At least on raw count. That doesn't seem to be the case, not high enough degree anyway. Night clash back and forward here. Chiganu are just trying to target down the infantry unit. Jeanne has arrived again. I mean, there should just be a voice line for Jeanne, right? Ooh, XP, me likey. Every time there's a fight, you're smiling. 800 so far. Oh! I'm sorry, what was that about incoming JD nerf? I think incoming Chiganu nerf is more appropriate there. Good God. They stuck her right through the paper shredder. Now, for a moment, it looked like Baltoon and Nams were starting to come back, but we've got a problem, guys. There's a reason why they were able to win that fight. Warman's teching up. Nams is about to mirror this, which is the smart play. It's all about getting the monks out to snatch away relics before the prelates can get them. And in fairness, because of what happened back and forth between Poppypaw and Baltoon, there aren't actually that many knights on the map. So this is a pretty heads-up play coming out from both. The logic is their religious units are less likely to die. Of course, Warman will strike first, so tech up complete. Balti now mirroring, and I imagine Puppy Paw is probably going to start stockpiling as well, right? No, he goes for more and more knights. He did also, by the way, go pro scouts. We didn't catch that before, but that's kind of cool to see here. It's very subtle as well, by the way, because I don't think Puppy Paw added in more scouts. He pretty much just used the one. So what he kind of created here was a consistently balanced dynamic where he's just getting enough food in to keep the villagers working there ad infinitum. Well, or at least until the deer get exhausted. So everyone but Puppy Paw now aged up. Puppy Paw's like, I don't need no age 3. I'm already age 3. Jeanette is doing everything I need, baby. She should be back in action soon, actually. Nice micro there. Just 1 or 2 picks really is very important here. You know, Baltin's going to have the tech edge, but you have the quantity by a landslide. And now it looks like Puppy Paw is going to catch up. Last of the food and gold is coming in. Knights, in the meantime, are going to wrap to the west side, just making sure no one's absorbing any resources in that area. In the meantime, Warman is going to be stuck in a 2v1. Oof, she's going to have to back away. But keep in mind, these men-at-arms become a much more lethal threat to the Chuganu mass. Even when you upgrade the Chuganus, Knights should be able to hold that back. Royal Institute is now on the way for Puppy Paw. And we have got the static defenses. Outposts are already being garrisoned with relics, so very difficult to dive at this stage. We have even got some Springwood emplacements coming in on a few of these. So not really an attackable location for the Chuganu. They're also a little bit worried because they don't see what we see, right? If they dive in, they always have to be worried that Puppy Paw is going to come in behind them and turn it into a wipe. And because you're pretty much mass Chuganu and that's it, you don't have a quick breakout if you go deep in the base, right? Because Warman has walled herself in. These walls can become your crypt. Paw gets found teching though. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, okay, smart choice. Puppy Paw realized he just has to complete it now before the Chuganu arrive. Gets the tech up, runs away. That was a very smart choice. Puppy Paw, for a moment, it looked like he was going to bail, and it would have cost him dearly. Instead, he makes it to age 3. And now they can get ready to fight. Warman's assistance is going to be required. Army is now coming in for the backstab. Knight count in the meantime for Baltoon looks underwhelming here. Royal Bloodlines, yes, but not much else to work with. Puppy Paw just waiting for the veterancy to come in before he strikes. Warman now with the backstab, and that opens the field. Chuganu overextended, the Knights go in. They might actually just end up getting level 4 off this fight. They need to snipe Jeanne right now. She's a little bit overextended. She does go down, so at least they've cauterized that wound, but it's going to be a hell of a hit elsewhere. Overextension ultimately getting punished here. Chuganu wiped out. Knight count has been decimated. Puppy Paw has been reduced too, but he still has a decent amount to work with and now has a very feasible age 4 play on his hands. And what I mean by age 4 is level 4 for Jeanne. We have to check on the relic situation because that's going to be a big deal here as well. Yet to see a single one coming home for Teal. Meanwhile, when we look across at Warman, she's sitting on what? Probably 2? Might be 3 soon. Looks like they have indeed found Puppy Paw down here. Has got the outpost up though. So I love the fact he sticks a knight inside as well, because he realizes he can't win that fight. And we see that ultimate punishment again, right? Whenever you have to run away with Teal's army. Knights chase you down, men-at-arms chase you down, everything chases you down. The deletion on the wall from Baltu to try and save the day, but the body blocks. Puppy Paw prevents a clean escape here. Heavy losses now for Nams. And this game really beginning to snowball. I can't believe that. For a moment, it looked like Baltin and Nams were going to find that punishing moment. But now the military numbers tell the true tale. 68 to 28. An eco lead has been built up. Baltin has benefited from that TC production rate, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough now. And always remember that when you think you've got a better economy, HRE equals 40% better on a lot of their units. Puppy now raiding into the base of the French for the first time this game, properly. I think he had one knight in here earlier. Rams being built up. Warman looking for something a little bit more permanent. Can't believe this knight's just still been standing there this whole time, but that is Royal Bloodlines for you. I think the defense is starting to crumble a bit, right? There's just so many exposure points now for Bouncing and Nams to worry about. And Puppy Paw just has so many knights to work with, right? It's 16-4. And this might be the hit to the jugular. They get found, both of them gathering on the same gold. Puppy Paw will take no prisoners here. Warman now with the follow-up. Moves in on the Nest of Bees. I mean, a good idea, right? But it's not Clock Tower Nest of Bees. You just don't have that much health. This looks over. It's going to be a 2-0 sweep here. Wait, no, it's game 1. Right? Yeah, game 1. Sorry, we just had a Baltoon series. That's where my brain's going weird. So game 1 will be going to Puppy Paw and Warman. We at least get bare minimum one more here. We have to see how Baltoon and Nams can strike back.